Okay, I am going through another recipe. This is refrigerator pickles. Refrigerator pickles. Our recipe is on hcgloser.com, or you can go to mynewbestlife.com, which is La Bella Vita website. Anyways, if you like sweet pickles, these are phenomenal for a snack, or you can have them as your vegetables on this diet. I've got a couple of onions, some cucumbers, some peppers. I've got, the recipe calls for pickling salt. I couldn't find pickling salt, so I'm just using kosher salt. I've got some celery seed. I've got vinegar, and I've got some stevia, whatever brand you prefer. You can use the liquid type or the powdered type, whichever, and that's just to taste. I've got a large container to put the stuff in, and we're going to go through this, this process. Now, I've got this cool little vegetable slicer. If you don't have one, don't go out and buy one just for this recipe, but this is about how thick you need to make the cucumbers. Okay, you just slice them about that thick. You can do it by hand. There are only 4 or 5 cucumbers. It's not that big of a deal. And I'm just putting them inside this container as I slice them. Okay, now you can see I've done the onions about the same way. I just sliced it in half. Sliced my onion in half and put it through this processor as well. So you're looking for just slices of onions about that thick. You can do that by hand as well. And I'm putting those in with the cucumbers. And you can see, hope you can see, how much that already makes. That's 4 cucumbers, and that sucker is full. I'm going to do probably 2 onions, maybe 1 onion, depending on the space, and 1 pepper, just because some people don't like peppers. Okay, you can see that there are so many of these that I actually had to put it in 2 containers because I can't get it all in this 1 container. So you may want to do a little bit less, and it probably works better. You know, 2 to 3 cucumbers, 1 onion, and 1 pepper would be great. I put 4 cucumbers, 2 onions, and 1.5 green peppers. The vinegar, you may have to add more vinegar and liquid to get it to all be covered if you use too much. The good thing about it is that at the end, each week or each day or each whatever, you can add more cucumbers and onions to the liquid, and it just pickles it in a few hours. So I'll show you that at the end. Okay, now I'm going to add my celery seed, and you know, you can just add it in. That's 1 teaspoon of celery seed, and just mix that together with a spoon or with your hand, whatever you, well, probably with a spoon. Just mix it together and get the celery seeds all over everything. It'll actually spread out once you pour the liquid on it. Now you can see that I've got that mixed in there fairly well. Now some people don't like the celery seed, so you're welcome to try a little bit of dill seed if you want instead of the celery seed, or but it's going to be a sweet pickle recipe, so with the stevia it makes it sweet rather than a dill taste. But the dill actually works pretty well. I usually add a little bit of both. Okay, now what I have done is, it prefers whatever to your taste. It depends on what you like. I have got apple cider vinegar and distilled white vinegar, both. It calls for 2 cups. I am using half of each. So I've mixed them together to check and see how that works. And then 1/3 of a cup of pickling salt or your kosher salt with the vinegar. And I am mixing them together in a pan because we're going to heat that up to get the salt dissolved. And then the stevia. I'm going to start with about 5 packets of stevia and see what it tastes like. The stevia becomes a little bit bitter. You don't want bitter. If you do, you got to add more vinegar and salt. So to your taste. The problem is when you taste it 2 or 3 times, that vinegar is so strong that you lose your taste. So mix about 5 together and then heat it up and taste it to see what you think as far as the sweetness. Now, because I've done this before, I can already tell that this is not going to be enough liquid to cover all of those cucumbers. So I am adding another cup of the vinegar and another 1/6 of a cup of the salt, or whatever to your taste, to heat that up. And you'll see that that still may not even cover the cucumbers and onions. Okay, you can see now that is all mixed together. I'm going to take this and I'm going to pour it over the top of the cucumbers. while it's hot. And you can see that that's still not enough to soak through all of the cucumbers. So I may have to add a little bit more of the vinegar mixture, or just start with less cucumbers and continue to add them as you need it. So I'd say with at least 3 instead of 4 cucumbers to start with, and you'll have more than enough. Because I added another cup of vinegar, I added 3 to 5 more of the stevia, and it's about right. So good luck. This stuff actually lasts in your refrigerator. Once you've got it cooled down, put it in the refrigerator. You can keep it for, what does the recipe say? Up to, they should be good in the refrigerator, up to several months. So, you can just continue to add the cucumbers and onions to your taste into that liquid and keep it in your refrigerator cold, and they are phenomenal. You can put them on salads. I even use the vinegar as a salad dressing. So good luck. Again, LaBella, HCGloser.com. We have the recipes. You can go to mynewbestlife.com as well. Good luck. And the reason that we are doing this is because, at La Bella Vita in Scottsdale, we are trying to get together about once every month or two to have a recipe and put together meals that people can try with our new recipes as they come up. So we'll continue to add recipes to our list. All of them will be HCG approved. Good luck.